Hey, greetings, my people. Greetings, 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 greetings. Welcome to the platform. I am not in studio. I am at an undisclosed location, and I just wanted to come here to remind you of our program for tomorrow with Mr. Herman Gill Francis. He is going to be our guest for tomorrow night. We're going to have a lively discussion on matters pertaining to the country's national security and other matters that will affect you, the citizens of St. Lucia. And so we look forward to a beautiful um, program tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here on our broadcast. I am coming to you, friends, off of my mobile system, and I know that many of you are saying, well, we miss you at the program, so let's get back to work. Well, we are at work, and there's so much information that I'm trying to put together to deal with. I want to be informed when I come to the broadcast to present any matter pertaining to the development of the country. I do not want to mislead, I do not want to cause any hurt or harm to any organization, whether it's the SLP, whether it's UWP, the government of St. Lucia. So I want to be very fair to the government on this platform. I want to be fair to all people on our platform. And so I invite you to bear patience with me as I get into the bouillon, in the belly of what is happening in the country. We are still looking at the CIP program, the passport issues that are out there. Many are still confused about what is going on. Per is saying, well, the organization that invited him over to Washington the guy is a criminal. Um, the guy is just not a good person, and we were not told whether there's any truth to what the guys what the folks are saying out there. So we are just left with Mapui and noise, basically, but nothing factual, no hard evidence to say, well, this is just a sport, this is not real, and so forth. But the question is still there, whether our passports are safe, whether the citizens of the country, whether they are not in jeopardy when it comes to passports or port of entry in any organization. And by the way, in any country, sorry, in the world, whether it's United States, Martinique, uh, Canada, or England, we need to know, and these are truths that we must pay attention to. Tomorrow, I'm also going to address, or maybe sometime tomorrow, whether it's in the day or in the night, I want to address a statement made by the Prime Minister of St. Lucia concerning the United Workers' Party. I think that the Prime Minister needs to be very careful when he's making statements, and I would call on the SLP organization to be very careful when you are making statements concerning an organization like the United Workers' Party, a party that has its foundation in the history of the country. And we as UWP must also be careful what we say about the SLP. And there are a lot of facts out there that we have been clamoring about: the bullyingness or the bullishness of surrogates of the party, um, government ministers on the SLP side, or ministers who are in support of the SLP, the statements that they make about the United Workers' Party. And one of the last statements that we were concerned about was from Calix George, who basically called all of us who supports the United Workers' Party as house slaves. Then he comes on to Timothy's show with no apology, but to double down and say, I'm not apologizing. And then he tries to say to us that this is not the SLP. It is the SLP. It is the SLP. and we will continue to keep that before the people, and it will not go away with time. But we need to be accountable for our actions and statements made that are not true. Again, whether it's SOP or UWP, people got to be held accountable for their actions and for statements that they themselves would have made that are not factual or can be can cause uh, damage to person's reputation and character. We got to be very careful. Like I said to you, friends, we got to focus on the things that matters most to the nation, to the country. I spoke earlier today on the platform concerning the minimum wage or proposed minimum wage, and I'm still trying to get into the Prime Minister's head to see or to try to figure out what is he really saying. Will the minimum wage be passed on August 1st, or are we hoping to pass it? How far is negotiations? Are we finished with negotiations between the private sector and the government, or all interest groups? And I'm sure you would have to meet with the churches too. The churches have employees. The Adventist Church has full-time employees. So I would hope that you would have met with churches also in your discussions when it comes to minimum wage. You cannot leave the church out or the churches out when you are engaging in the salaries of citizens in the country. So all sectors should have been called in, and I was hoping that the announcement would have been last week is that we have concluded. I'm not sure, again, I'm still reviewing. I would have hoped that the statement would have been, we have concluded our discussions. We have the final product before us. The final product, it is a good one. It is going to help the people, the workers in the country. And these are the figures. It will take effect on August 1st. Not an announcement, but information, enough information should have been given to the citizens of the country. But like anything, we are behind when it comes to transparency. The other matter that I'm following on the world stage when it comes to St. Lucia, it is the World Health Organization and the Ministry of Health in St. Lucia. The World Health Organization and the government of St. Lucia Ministry of Health, when I speak about the Ministry of Health, the minister, CMO, all parties that are involved. And the question is, did you guys sign on to any agreement between the World Health Organization and St. Lucia pertaining to pandemic, how your approach in pandemic? If the answer is yes, did you engage the citizens of the country on this matter? And question, I'm going to put a survey out this week to find out how many St. Lucians are aware that their government might have signed onto certain agreements that might not be in the best interest of the citizens of St. Lucia. I just want to know. But what we have is ministers traveling to countries, like I said earlier this morning, signing on to deals that were not carefully thought of, without proper consultation with the people. When I say consultation, I'm not I don't mean talking to the SLP, the supporters of the party. I speak about speaking to all St. Lucians. Because when you're signing on to any deals, at all, that will affect the lives of the people, for me, I would expect that we'll have greater discussions out there in the country. What the other thing is that there's a lot of stuff that you hear, I don't know, when you ask them the question, I don't know. I would speak to my minister, or you'll hear ministers say, I don't know. I will speak to my secretary, I will do this and I will do that. A lot of I don't know you hear. Like Kenson said, he's not aware of the helipad that should be established there in his constituency. He said he's not aware, nobody speaks to him, and so he sits by in his rocking chair and wait for somebody to speak to him about a helipad in his constituency. So folks must come to the king and, bow to the king and say, "Oh king, your majesty, blah 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 blah." You would think that he, hearing about it, would go out and dig a little deeper to find out what is this all about. You would expect him to be at the consultations with the community people, because I'm sure they would have bulletins out there inviting the community to town hall meetings to discuss what they're trying to build in the community. And if that did not happen, then I believe we have we might have a problem there. But folks, you can share the live. I'll be here with you for a minute. You can share the live. We're both on YouTube and on Facebook. We are using a software on our device here in our vehicle. And so I just wanted to come here. I had a beautiful stay over in Florida, and we're heading back over to Florida shortly. But we had a good break, and I feel revived. I feel different. I feel stronger. I feel good. That's just the truth. I feel very good. My spirituality also have increased, and I feel that I've had a deeper encounter with Christ, deeper relationship with him. And I'm ready to work on your behalf, St. Lucian. I'm ready to engage with the United Workers' Party. I always say to you, friends, I have no shame in saying to you that I'm two things. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist Christian, and I am a United Workers' Party supporter. I am not one to be a hypocrite, to tell you to walk around with a Bible on Saturdays and pretending like I don't support anything, when I am deeply involved. Not only deeply involved, but I'm also involved in the nastiness. So for me, I want to be real. I want to be open. And that's how, brethren, we get where we need to go. When we are real with ourselves, when we are truthful to ourselves. So I have no shame in anyone knowing that I support the United Workers' Party. And I've always supported the United Workers' Party. I've never supported any other party, and I make no apologies for it to anyone. That's just what it is. All right. Hi, Jean-France. How are you? To those of you, I can't see those of you who are logged in as yet to the YouTube channel, but thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on with us. As I said, we are streaming through software over um, on in our vehicle parked at a location. And let me tell you, I'm parked outside of a nursing home. All right, I'm parked outside of a nursing home in Queens, not the one that I normally go to in Brooklyn. Mary Shalmine, greetings to you. Good evening to you. A happy Sunday evening to all those who are locked in. I have not shared the live, so that's why you don't see a lot of people. I have not shared the live. I just came straight on. Nobody knows that we are on except for those who have their notification bells on. So if you want to share the live, you can share it. If you feel impressed to do it, I'm not going to force anyone or push the idea of sharing, but if you feel impressed to do so, let us do so. Brethren, I had a dream about St. Lucia, Prime Minister. I believe that there is something brewing. My dreams are always truthful. They're always just. They always fulfill. They always come to pass. And this government of St. Lucia is in campaign mood. I don't have to warn the United Workers' Party. The United Workers' Party is already at work. They have been at work organizing policies and candidates to run the different seats. They are already on the ground also. And I hope for a greater mobilization of resources in each community so that we can move ahead, just like the SLP right now are gearing up for elections. They're gearing up very early in the game. They're doing exactly what they need to do. They're doing what any party basically in power would have been doing at this time. They're mobilizing, they're positioning their policies in preparation for this coming elections. They are strategically getting their projects lined up so that it will either be completed during the announcement of the elections, or something like that. But they're doing what they're supposed to do at this time. I want the United Workers' Party supporters to bear in mind that you can never win an election through subtraction. You can never do that. It can never happen, friends. This election is about numbers. It's about turnout. It is about the United Workers' Party getting all their supporters, or majority of their supporters, to the polls. You do not want them at home. It is about turnout. This election is about turnout. It is about the final argument by both parties. The United Workers' Party got to put on a very strong argument, and they got to win that in the public domain. They got to come bigger, bolder. They need a progressive agenda that will shift the minds of the people. An agenda that will be exactly what the SLP is saying, putting people first. It must be an agenda of the locals and foreign investors, not far apart from each other, because you'll need the foreign investors for the development of the country and for jobs. you rely on a lot of foreign investors to bring jobs to the country. So with your foreign investors bringing them in, you also got to look at your locals. You know how will the locals benefit from all our foreign investors coming in. Also, we got to keep our local people on the ground, local families rather, at the top of the agenda. Families have been squeezed, they have been pressured for years. Local families have been feeling the squeeze when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to opportunities for jobs, when it comes to for a lot of other stuff. Families have been feeling the squeeze. It is time for the United Workers' Party to put out a very bold and progressive agenda that will impact the local families. We must invest millions of dollars in our local families. We need to have an aggressive housing program in the country, an aggressive one that will move families out of broken down plywood homes into proper wall structures that is climate friendly, structures that can withstand hurricanes, strong winds. It must be a bold and progressive agenda from the United Workers' Party. It must be put together through scientific analysis. It must be, it should have been started already, by the way, because you have to do all your studies, feasibility plans, and you need to do all your investigations, friends, to ensure that you can see a clear path forward in implementing those policies. What you do not want to do is to promise St. Lucians things that you cannot deliver. It doesn't make sense having a bold agenda and you cannot do anything. The SLP was very strategic in labeling us, the United Workers' Party, as just rendering, just having drawings. Yes, a lot of work was done, but they were very skillful in taking the UWP message and painting it how they want. That cannot happen. The agenda must be one that when the professionals, whether external or internal, look at it, they can say, yes, this can work. But on top of the agenda should be our families. It should be our families, our local people. We got to transform housing. Aggressive from community to community. What you don't want is any just big structure put up one place or in two areas. You want families to be able to have their own space, which means that you might have to start handing over land papers to those who are already on these squat lands, or whatever you call them. Very important. So it must be a bold and aggressive agenda this time. And we must be able to sell it. I, as a blogger, should be able to read that plan, get a picture of it in my head, and I should be able to come here and sell it also. Sell it also to the citizens of the country on this platform. Very important. Use every avenues available to get these agendas out in the heads of the people. Healthcare is a must. The SLP might have they would have put down some foundations when it comes to health. What the UWP need to do is to come in and build on that foundation. Just keep building, because once we start stalling, because we can investigate, we can review those projects and keep them going at a pace. We might have to slow it down to look at it, tweak it and make the changes. But what you want is continuity in government. We have no time for space or dead air moving forward. Brethren, we are way behind on dealing with the challenges that are before the country, whether it's climate change, whether it's the health crisis that is looming, the cancer crisis, diabetes, the heart issue, cardiac issues in the country, the high cancer rate among young people that the bigger countries are having to deal with now. Yes, friends, there is a major crisis looming, and there is no time. There is no time for space. So we cannot take 6 months or a year to say, well, we got to review the projects that have already started. We got to stop all of them and look at them again. No, let's slow them down this time. Let us not stop them. Let's slow them down, review them. In our review, the review must be quick. It must be precise. It must be intentional. We must know what we're looking for, but we are going to keep the wheels of development going. We got to keep it going. There are certain things that must be stopped. Those that can be stopped, that should be stopped, I would say, look, let's stop it. Let's stop it completely. But there, when it comes to health and those things, we got to keep that thing rolling. We got to keep it rolling. If there's already a foundation on the ground, build on that foundation. Don't stop it, because that foundation might have cost the taxpayers millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. We got to stop the trend somewhere. St. Lucia is going to have a reset in government. I am prophesying here, friends. I am prophesying here, and this is no joke. Don't take me for granted. I am prophesying here. St. Lucia is going to have a reset. In other words, St. Lucians will elect a new government. I do not know the size of what is going to happen, but all I know is that there will be a new government. There is going to be a reset. There is going to be a new approach to governance in the country. There is going to be one. But there is going to be, I don't want to say there's going to be a balance of power where you're going to have you're going to have maybe a 3-4 opposition party. But it's going to be in a place where thing is going to settle in. Why it needs to be done? Because what we have been seeing is distraction through hatred, racism, nastiness. There must be that reset. There must be regular order in the country. There must be regular order in the country. And there will be regular order in the country. What I want the United Workers' Party supporters to do at this time, be very careful, and I'm speaking publicly, I'm warning the United Workers' Party supporters, be very careful in cursing other St. Lucians for politics. It is the same St. Lucians that you will need to help you at the polls. I'm going to say it again. Be careful who you insult. Be careful who you insult. Do not follow the trend. Do not follow the trend. There is no need to speak of people's private business on social media. There is no need to attack anyone on their mother, their sister, their cousin, their job, their looks, anything. That should not be. For this reset to happen, we must avoid Roro as much as we can. It will come, friends. Believe me, it will come. The Roro will come looking for you. Distract yourself from it. Say to yourself, we have a country to save. I'm staying on the issues that matters to my family. Think about it that way. I am staying on the issues that matters to my family. Also, I want you to look, friends, at your closet and recognize the fact that you have a lot of things in your closet too. Every human being has a lot of stuff in the closet, whether confessed or unconfessed. Therefore, no one is in a position to give anyone mepui on anything, especially man and woman relationship. Not one St. Lucians. Not one St. Lucian should practice that, especially you 50-year-old, 60-year-old, and 70-year-old. You shouldn't be giving mepui, because in your life you would have passed a lot of husbands or a lot of boyfriends or a lot of girlfriends. You might have had children with 3, 4 different baby fathers, baby mothers, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm saying is that all humans have something that they're not proud of. Avoid throwing it back at each other. You're not making sense. You are absolutely not making any sense. Because if you just stop talking and look in your own closet, you will discover that you have a whole treasure there that need dusting. You are safer on the issues that affect the country. Some of the people I hear giving people mepui, they should stop. I know some of them personally. They should stop. It's not necessary. You know yourself. Some of you know yourself. You know you have not been that clean. You know you have your challenges. You had your challenges. Some of you have overcome. Some of you are still fighting to overcome. But don't you dare point your finger at another human being unjustly. Stay on those things that that matters to us. With Philip J. Perry, you don't speak about his disability in speech. You don't speak of his eyes or his teeth. You stay on the issue, because one day your teeth will fall out too, if not all. A stroke or something and your language is changed. So you are much safer on issues. Don't you agree? You are much safer on the issues. And the way things are going now, young people are getting sick. Young people are coming down with some serious diseases that we have never seen before. Huh? Young people are coming down with stuff that we have never seen before. Stay on the issues. You can never go wrong there. And when you don't know something, keep your mouth closed. Avoid sharing on WhatsApp and Facebook things that are not truthful, that you cannot verify yourself. We got to stop somewhere. And that's why I'm saying to you, St. Lucians, that there is going to be a great reset when it comes to governance and leadership in the country. But it must start with you and I also. It must start with you and I also. We got to help in the reset. We got to start it from our end. We got to say to ourselves, there is no need for me to speak about the man's wife or daughter or the man's grandmother or cousin. No need. Absolutely. The mother did nothing to you. No need. We are late in the development of the country. We are late with healthcare. Matter of fact, we are hundreds of lives late with healthcare. Hundreds of people have lost their lives in St. Lucia who should be alive still today. And they lost their lives because of not having access to the health care that they would have needed to survive. How many times you are sent home to die? How many times have you heard that we give up on you? How many times have you seen in the medical ghetto family members being told they will die tomorrow? Go home, nothing we can do. And they're still alive today after 2-3 years because they got health care somewhere else. How many times have you gone to the hospital and they said to you, go home, there is no bed, we'll call you when the beds are available? How many times have you gone to the hospitals, the medical institutions, and there is no medication, and they send you to a private pharmacy and you cannot afford it? How many times have you gone for a regular checkup and end up spending all day at a hospital? How often, friends, have you been impacted negatively by a health system that should be there to help you to maintain your health, and when you have an emergency, they can take care of it immediately? How many times have you gone with a broken leg, a broken something to the hospital, and they say to you, the machine is not working, the person who is operating it on vacation, you will have to go to a private clinic. And by the way, they direct you to one. Most likely a doctor owns it in the same hospital. How many times, friends, have you buried your loved ones for stuff that can be fixed? How many times have your loved one had a heart attack or a stroke and end up dead, but government ministers stays alive? How often, St. Lucians? And that's why I said to you, there is absolutely no time to waste, no time to idle. It is time, my friends, for us to stay focused on these matters. Sometimes they are life and death. We must. We should. We must and we should. My other prediction is that a lot of these social bloggers who are doing a lot of damage to their parties will cease. I'm going to say it again. A lot of those social media bloggers who are a distraction to nation building and the development of the country will cease. Full stop. I'm not saying they will die or anything. I'm just saying that they will cease. To do this, friends, you must have substance. To do this, you must have a passion for people, for the development of people. To have stick-to-itiveness in this blogging thing that we do on social media, you must have endurance. You must understand why you are doing what you're doing. You must understand it. If your agenda is anything apart from what you should be doing, focusing on speaking on behalf of individuals, anything outside of that will fail. Constant confusion. Constant confusion. United Workers' Party supporters, it is time for us to get on board the issues, understand them, study them carefully, Get out of this emotional stuff. Because somebody says Shasne, you want to kill them. You want to fight. You want to cuss them, their mother, because they say Shasne must go. That's their right. We can also say Per must go and will go. That's our right. None of us deserve to be cursed off and abused. It's our right. But what we cannot do is to call for the death of anyone. What we cannot do is to rejoice in sickness. What we cannot do, friends, is to wish harm on others. Counterproductive. But the greatest enemy, friends, in this discussion is self. And because many are not disciplined in self-control and bringing their passions into subjection, then all hell breaks loose. And I'm not boasting about anything about me, friends. I'm very controlled. I am very controlled. When people call me names, it doesn't rattle me to bitterness and hatred. I'll talk to you tomorrow. That's after you assassinate me and curse me. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Because just like Jesus told his father when they were crucifying him, forgive them, they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. And like I said to many, anyone who blesses me will be blessed, and who curses me shall be cursed. That's a fact. That's a fact. So going forward, friends, we are going to be moving forward. By the way, Mr. Shasne, we should have scheduled for him very shortly, officially, that is. We will have him scheduled at the appropriate time. I'm giving him a space with his wife and everything that is happening with him. I'm not pushing the party people to do anything, to come on the board and say anything online. We have enough people out there that can speak. I want them to focus on policy, putting policies together to move the country quickly. I do not want to hear when the United Workers' Party win an election that they're fighting, scrambling, looking for who is going to do this, who is going to do that. No, we don't want that. When we announce on this platform the winner of the next general election, God's willing, we want to hear the following day a statement by the newly elected Prime Minister government saying to us, we are at work. Our ministers will be sworn in the following day because we have them in place. We have different scenarios on our paper. If the slate of candidates that we put forward, if 5 of them win the seats or 10 or 11, here is the portfolio there for that set. If we win 7, here is the portfolio for government. If we win blah, blah, blah. So you have different scenarios already set up, established, so that when the announcement is made, you head to Government House, get yourself sworn in, and straight to work. Straight to work. Because I guarantee you, friends, based on the trend in the world, you have no time to play around. You have no time to tell Philip Japere, you lose, we win. You have no time to cuss off SFP and say, ooh, look. Keep moving. Keep pressing. Head on. Go straight to the healthcare system and deal with it right away, immediately. And I would want an overhaul of every government office and officers going forward. Whether we need to have inquiries and and investigations, we can do that while moving. All that can be done while moving forward. But there should be no pause. There must be continuancy. There's a lot at stake. And so we should commit ourselves to being decent United Workers' Party supporters, respectful, kind, and not every patut shanky happy ukadi mash. I'm going to repeat that. Patut shan he happy ukadi mash. That is your St. Lucian saying in Creole. Yeah? I'm going to read your comments, friends, and most likely we will engage as we read your comments. All right, but greetings to all. So let's see what we have. Let's go over. Let me see over here. Let's go over here. Mary Charmaine, greetings, France. Why should we be ashamed to let people know that you are supporting UFP? That's right. Dorothy, greetings to you. Marina, good greetings. Kerwin, don't give all this information before the present government call Paul what you are saying. Well, if they can implement it, what a beautiful country it would be, isn't it? They cannot do it. Kerwin said, don't give all the information, discuss it in chambers with the DLP. No problem, sir. Respect you. You're right. Thank you. B says, Jafans, I agree. These SLP have no idea, no plans, just copycats. So true. UFP has a lot of work ahead. We need to work fast and hard. It is true. Fast and hard. I like that. And B says, and also the rural, no time for that. No time at all. Absolutely. I'm not going to waste my time, friends, to be cussing people off. It's not even part of my bouillon. No. Edith, prophecy, let the truth be told. Amen. We need to discuss the issues, and believe me, there are a lot of issues. Friends, good night, Pastor Garfield, and everyone, good night to you, my friend. And Edith says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory. That is so true, friends. Lisa, good night. Good night to you, Lisa. And Anatole says, people are so very quick to spread rumors. They do not research or investigate, and that is true. That's dangerous. Lincoln Basco, howdy. You are so right, Pastor. I can attest to that. People are dying that could have been saved, but healthcare is a mess. True. I saw it myself. When my stepfather was sick a couple years ago, I took him to the Dennery Hospital. The Dennery Hospital told me, you got to take him to Vieux Fort. No, they told me to, when I took him there, he had cancer. They told me, well, there's nothing we can do here. The guy's bleeding and everything, you know. There's nothing we can do here. Try and get him to America. That's what the doctor told us, you know. The man in an emergency, I had to take him to Vieux Fort. I drove him from Dennery to Vieux Fort. Didn't even wait for ambulance. The guy didn't even say, well, let's transfer him. They didn't even watch him. They didn't check him, nothing at all. I saw it with my own eyes. But I had already brought him up to the United States and everything. But they had already do what they had to do, and they sent him. He said he wanted to go down to St. Lucia to take care of stuff. So we brought him down. And so, you know, they didn't even send the man to Vieux Fort or Castries. It's America they want us to take him. Say we don't have the whatever they said in here in St. Lucia. And I was shocked what they were saying to me. So I'm like, I said to myself, but think about all these St. Lucians who cannot even go to Castries twice for the week. How are they going to survive a stroke, a heart attack, cancer? Those things that your body go through. How are they going to deal with that? How are they going to do it? Raise money? Almost impossible to raise $100,000 through the sales of anything. People don't give money anymore for medical care to anyone because a lot of people have scammed a lot of people. A lot of people have messed up the game for a lot of people, a lot of innocent people who really need the help. So people are very skeptical now in helping. A very sad place to be. Very sad. Hey, my friend, Sylvia is over on YouTube. Good night to you, sister, and to your husband and your family. Greetings, friend. Greetings, my sister. Elizabeth, greetings to you. Williams, good night to you. Let me go over to, yes, I think we have everything over from the YouTube, from Facebook, rather, from our Facebook channel. But friends, very sad indeed. And like I said to you, all we get is lip service and a whole sort of pappy show. So with the minimum wage, right? Let me just say, with the minimum wage and the government of St. Lucia, let us wait, friends. We don't have any information. We don't know what we're discussing when it comes to minimum wage. I hope they're calling it a livable wage because, like I said this morning, you can have all your minimum wage. It doesn't mean that families would get by. Minimum wage, sometimes it don't even make a difference. When you have a livable wage, it helps a lot. It is what it is, a livable wage. So I hope the government is very intentional, and we can only hope, friends. And let me say this, and I said it this morning, if the SLP can give us a livable wage, that's a good thing. Of course, I would have loved for the United Workers' Party to be the one to champion it right now. But they are in power. If they can give that to us, it means that families would be a little better. Brethren, if we are in this because we are real about helping people, then our mindset will be different. Our mindset would not be, well, I pray that they don't do it. I pray that they fail on it. No, let's pray that they succeed. You're talking about thousands of families in the country who are going through hell right now, got to choose between certain things and food. So let us not be so ignorant, friends, to pray that they don't succeed and pray that it will not happen. Man, I pray for success in the minimum wage. I pray that it work by the grace of God. So families who are hurting can get the aid or the breathing space that they need. When you have security guards getting $2, $3, $4 an hour, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. William Joseph, we in Vieux Fort have to fight hard for us to move Kenny out of the office. And by the way, it's easy to get new leadership in Vieux Fort. I saw Lisa at the church in Vieux Fort on Sabbath yesterday. Lisa Joa, whatever the name is. I can't, sorry, mom, I can't pronounce your name, but Lisa, she was there at the church yesterday. And I said, well, something is in the air. Things are just, Emma is on the ground. Everybody's trying to get on the ground, I mean, something is happening. There's a movement there, and everybody's posting minimum wage coming. And I'm saying I will post it too. It will be a good thing if it come and not come in. You understand what I'm saying? If families can get security guards can get $10 or more an hour, brethren, that would be the best thing the SLP would have done in their entire existence. I would give them credit until my last breath if they can fix the salaries of our St. Lucian people. But is it in them? Let's see what happens. I'll be the first one to kiss Mr. Philip J. Perry on the head. I will be the first one to kiss him on the head. I will spend an entire week talking about Philip J. in a positive light. If only our families in Dennery, in Lackey, in Belmont, in Olio, in Viewfort, in Soufrière, in Swazel, in Grosley, in Bouton and Slavette, in Fossé Jacques. If only he can help those families, these security guards and other workers, brethren, it will be. I will throw a party online for Mr. Philip J. I am not inviting this other guy, King and Buddy. I'm not inviting them fellas. I invited only Philip J. to that party, because if he can get that done, I would be happy. And I know the Honorable Alan Shastner would build on that and make it better for the people of St. Lucia. Just like he wanted to give them a proper, he wanted to give all families access to health with a $70,000 card, insurance card. That would have been a matter of fact, that would have already been implemented. You St. Lucians would have a $70,000 insurance card in your hands. Every one of you. Every one of you. There will be traffic jam at the hospitals and clinics. I would work, and a system like that can come through the National Insurance Scheme. A system like that can be worked out between private insurance and the NIS with all the monies they have. Them fellas can invest in a proper healthcare system, system for you, the citizens. But what they're doing, they prefer to invest in house and cars and land and everything else. Take your time and put that system together, man. Just like Medicare and those things, national insurance can have a system like that, where all St. Lucians sign up at the end of the year. Every year you sign up. Those who can afford, you pull it out their salary, you increase the salary, and you pull out a little $10, $15, $20 a month for healthcare. When you pull it out, they get a card. You show that card, you have to design an IT system that they can swipe. You have a data system, you can swipe your card at the hospital and go at your home. But I would be happy if the Honorable Philip J. can do something big and bold on the wages of our citizens in the country. As I said, them other fellas, I don't have any hopes in them. Brethren, I observed something, with the SLP candidate ministers. I keep telling you that there are a lot of them who are not as aggressive behind Shastney or the United Workers' Party as those who just hanging on to SLP coattail. They're not officially in the party. They are the ones, they're angry. The ex-UWPs that are with the SLP in the House. They're just unbelievable, outrageous. And that's why what we do is to say, look, they are you, you are they. They're part of you. You can't separate from them and say that they're not us. We created them. You have them. Yes, we create them and you have them. That makes sense. If we create something bad and you have them celebrating them, then you must be a madman. We create a monster, you take the monster and tell the monsters we create him, but come with us. We have work for you to do. Ay. I wish I had my buttons here with me, but it is what it is. Wise me. Yeah, we need the healthcare system. Oh, Geoffroy said they're in all churches these days. Yeah, they're in all churches. I hope they don't go and mash up the people church like the one did up Forest there. They're in every church. We got to put security in all our churches to keep them in the back bench. But that was a joke. Anyway, don't take it serious. Yes, my St. Lucians, my fellow people. I look forward to him and Gail interview. It's going to be a good one tomorrow. And we look forward to having a beautiful show in studio tomorrow. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of fun, my friends. So let me see here. Mary Shalman, we need the healthcare insurance for our people to stay healthy. Yeah, because what you will find is people going to get their regular health checks, and so they can identify certain disease early, 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 early detection can save your life. You find it early, whether it's prostate, whatever it is. Once you get those things early, they can be treated. Once you catch them early, they can be treated. You can prolong your life. So you'll find with people having access and don't have to kill themselves about the finance, upfront money. You'll find that people start living longer, and healthcare, the price will go down. I believe it will go down with preventative medicines and a preventative approach. The churches, especially the Adventist churches, are already good on dealing with preventative measures, educating people how to take care of their bodies, which is a good thing. And honestly, I don't hear a lot of people applauding the Adventist church when it comes to their approach to the holistic man, the whole man, the spiritual and the physical and everything else, the social. I don't hear a lot of people talk about that. The Adventist church, and just permit me, folks, I'm not bringing down your church, but the Adventist church is a church that deals with the whole man. People laughed at us as Seventh-day Adventists when we said, don't eat pork, don't drink a lot of caffeinated drinks, get a lot of sleep, don't drink alcohol, don't sleep around, trust in divine power, fresh air, exercise, avoid processed foods, eat more natural foods, fruit, vegetables, your salad, blah, blah, blah. They laugh at the church. They laugh at us. Oh, you all are fanatics. You all think you all can go to heaven by eating. No, nobody's going to get to heaven by eating, but you can live a good life, a healthier life, if you are aware of how your body functions and how you can take care of it. So you know when to use your ginger, you know how to use your garlic, you know how to do your little met for your head, for your stomach, for your knees. You know how to put the cabbage leaf, how to heat it up and tie it around your knees, your joints. You know what you should avoid. If you have arthritis, you know you got to stay away from tomatoes, and your stomach, an alkaline stomach is a good stomach. When your stomach is alkaline, then diseases don't really spend a lot of time in an alkaline environment. You understand what I'm saying? So you know how to use your lemon and make your alkaline water. To squeeze your lemon in the water, you drink it in the morning, you drink it in the evening, in the midday, blah, 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 blah. The things that you can do. Cucumbers and those very healthy stuff. You know how you can and can take care of this body temple. So people laugh at us. I don't Listen, man, when I say I don't drink coffee, I don't drink coffee because I want to go to heaven, you know. It's bad for my health. It's bad for my health, I must tell you. I love to smell coffee. I have coffee in my house right now. I like to smell it. I don't drink it. I don't drink alcohol. Because do you know what it is to have kidney and lungs issues? I don't smoke. Do you know what it is to have these kind of respiratory illnesses? Do you know the pain, the suffering that people go through? All these men with all this prostate, with all the alcohol consumption, beating up themselves every night with different women, thinking that they're outdoing the women, getting themselves sick, mashing up their balls, thinking that they're finishing women, so they have to run all the women in the community. They're the bedroom bully, community bully, sex bully. They're running sex everywhere, and they think that they're finishing the women. You ain't finishing nobody but yourself. Do you know what prostate cancer is? Do you know that? Do you know what AIDS is? Do you know what sexually transmitted diseases are? So when I hear people boasting about how much women they have and how much times they having sex and who they had sex with and blah, 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 I laugh. I say, oh, sinner, look at this sinner. Don't even understand how his body functions. Don't even understand how his body function. One, he's trying to finish a woman, and by the way, while he's finishing her, he's stone drunk. Brain cells gone. Imagine 1 teaspoon of alcohol destroys thousands of cells that will never be replenished in your lifetime. You ever walk around, see some young men, the eyes red like pepper? Have you ever seen some of them? Bags all under the eyes, they're young. Have you seen some of them, the condition? They can't reason, they can't have a serious conversation, only F word, only F. They can't say anything else. Brain cells gone. Smoking 100 cigarettes one time. Your body wasn't designed for smoke. And you walk around, you macho, yes, man. Nothing is a family gas, some wiki cox pie gas. Two things. You're mashing up your body. 3, you're mashing up your body on a woman that you cannot finish. A woman push out a child that's much bigger than you and what you have. Remember that. So a woman, you can't finish her. She will finish you. Because moi, si les femmes la fine pour, ou pas ça même marcher à la caille, ou ka tobe, ou ka bazodi. Laisse femme la fine, ils ont pas rien à faire. Because you all want to outdo yourselves. You all want to finish the women. Huh? Ou ka try finish ces femmes là. Yeah? So one, you sexing, ou pas marié bien. C'est chicken, ek wam, ou ka marié. So Bordeaux weak feb. You check it? So that's against you right there. Alcohol and sex. Bad combination. Quasi cold. 3, you sleep with the wrong woman, demons in your skin. Demons in your skin. Demons into your skin. You can't see a way. The more you get money, the more it gone. Nothing going right in your life. Everything you touch turns to dust because you're blight. Huh? So how do you finish a woman? Brethren, I learned that early in the game. And I always tell young people, you're not in no hurry for no sex. In one night, when you abstain and you keep yourself pure, one night alone in your honeymoon, you have all the sex that you never had in your lifetime. Ekwafini. All the excitement. One night. Ukwazi. I had a friend of mine in the church, man. The man before he got married, man, he wasn't earning wrong. The church guy, he said, "Gasa, when I get married, Gasa having sex every night, every day. Gasa do lemon, man, Gasa not just the sex one time, sex all the time." Bugla he got married. The fella come back and tell us, fellas, Gasa, I saw cousin, my Gasa. Gasa, my face every night, oh. Gasa. That's a sad bag. I said, I'm got through, we got so. I say, yeah. Nobody warned you. Yeah. Nobody told you that one night that you could have all the sex in the world on your honeymoon. Yeah. You ain't missing nothing, brother. People running around. They got to have everything that passed. They have to have sex. Everything, everybody. Sex. Because of the rum spirit in them. And that's why I'm saying, friends, it is time for these religious churches to start teaching abstinence. It is time for these religious organizations to say to women and men, preserve yourself for marriage. Preserve yourself. Keep yourself clean. Keep your body clean. When I say clean, from evil spirits contaminating your body, keep your body clean. We got to teach our young children, our young girls, don't be hungry for sex. When you feel the way you feel, go take a cold shower and run down the road. Run like you never run before. Run all over Denver like you're going crazy. Come home, drink a cup of tea and read a book. Distract yourself. But don't put yourself in trouble. And at the end, your health is compromised. Your body is compromised. And you can never be the same again. Wait. Wait. Wait, my people. And to you men, I warn you, ease off on this alcohol thing. Some of you already 30, you're just 30, 20. Nothing is happening for you. At that age, you should be at your peak. At your peak, you should be like a bamboo. You can kill me upakase. Young men already mash up. No stamina. Your power wed. They can't even have a decent conversation. They can't even go out on a date and have no sex for the night and feel happy. No self-control, lack of temperance. And young fellas, I know of one in St. Vincent, guys, we used to work together. Every time the man have to go and buy little pills. Young Jean Boog can achete pills. A quasi koi. Jean Boog. But nobody wants to have these conversations. Everybody wants to be, the king of the party and the queen of the party. Is a competition who can sleep the longest with who, and who can count on they can write, they have a list of the amount of people that they have slept with. And that's why nobody has any respect in the country for anybody. No, the men have no respect for the women. They treat them like things, like they're toy, they're animals. They drink some rum at the bar. They got to decide, they got to go through their phones to see, who am I sleeping with tonight? Who am I, the nastiness, ain't it? Who am I sleeping with tonight? So they call Teresa. Teresa, are you up? Yeah, coming up tonight. Yeah, coming up. You have food? I come in. Teresa said, no, I'm busy tonight. See, I'm tired. I have my period. He called the other one, Dorothy, down the road. Dorothy, I'm coming down. Dorothy said, no, 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 man, my head hurting me. He called another one, Tessa. He called her. Tessa said, no, 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 man. I not there. Even though she there, she said, I not there. And some of them so nasty, they calling Tom. Find the last resort, Tom. And Tom don't have periods, so Tom will say, come. That's how the world turns. And nobody's willing to say, friends, you can't continue like that. Nobody's willing to have these conversations. Nobody. People just like to, and by the way, I have visited a lot of men who were once bedroom bullies. And friends, it has never been a good experience when they're on their backs and there is no Tom, Dick, and Harry around. It is them, their private part, cancer, some sickness. That's why I say, friends, be careful what you do in life. We all got to account one day for it, whether in this life or the next. All of us got to meet with our works. All of us will come to that checkpoint in this flesh. All that we have done while we were alive, no one get away scot-free. When you dance with Satan, you smell like smoke. When you dance with Satan, you get burn marks. Nobody who dances with the devil comes out without an effect. Remember that. When you play with fire, you always get burned. Always. Huh? Okay, Angeli says they have no respect for themselves, much less for women. Some of our women allow this nastiness, shameful, and that is true. Some of the women, you women, allow it, and that's why we got to increase, have a livable wage, and set the conditions in the country where women can be independent, they can go out there and get a job, they don't have to depend on a man who is abusing them, whether sexually or financially. You hear me? We got to set the environment so there will be opportunities for our women, so they would not have to say, me, I got to stay and take the abuse, I don't have money, I don't have a job, I don't have nowhere to go. No, we can help. And that's why we agitate. That's why we are speaking tonight, so that we can set an environment where our women, our girls, our boys can go out and work, earn a living, so they would not have to depend on anyone to push them around. Yeah? Anyway, I lecture enough for tonight. Folks. I gotta go, friends. So let's look forward to God's willing tomorrow, where we'll have a beautiful show. We're back into the groove, we're back into play. And may God bless you, folks. God bless you. Love every one of you. Stay good. Be kind. Take care of your body. Yes, take care of your body, friends. Do your best. Eat right, sleep right, think right, enjoy fresh air, take a walk, exercise. Do something, friends, to help to keep your body healthy, and drink a lot of water. Drink water, but sleep is very important. Do not eat after 10 o'clock, folks. Do not eat late. Those of you with sleeping problems, acid reflux, acid stomach, do not eat late. Do not eat a lot of greasy food, late and stuff like that. Okay? Don't do it. Okay. All right, folks. See ya. Bye.